women became important as readers as well as writers. Penny magazines were specially meant for women, as were manual teachings. These manual teachings were whole solely talking about how women they have to behave in the society, how they have to carry on themselves in the society, what are the etiquettes and manners as in women they have to abide by the society. When novels began to be written in the 19th century, women were seen as an important readers. Some of the best known novelists were women like Jane Austen, the Bronte sister, and George Eliot. Their writings became important in defining a new type of woman, a person with will, strength of personality, determination, and the power to think. Lending libraries had been in existence from the 17th century onwards. In the 19th century, lending libraries in England became instruments for educating white-collar workers, artisans, and lower middle class people. Sometimes self-educated working class people wrote for themselves. After the working day was gradually shortened, from the mid-19th century, workers had some time for self-improvement and self-expression. They wrote about political tracts and autobiographies in large numbers. Further innovations were done. By the 18th century, the press came to be made out of metal. Through the 19th century, there was a series of further innovations, and printing technology accelerated printing operation. By the mid-19th century, Richard M. Hoe of New York had perfected the power-driven cylindrical press. This was capable of printing 8,000 sheets per hour. This press was particularly useful for printing newspapers. In the late 19th century, the offset press was developed, which would print up to 6 colors at a time. From the turn of the 20th century, there was electrically operated press. A series of other developments followed. Methods of feeding paper improved. The quality of plates became better. Automatic paper rails and photoelectrical controls of the color registered were introduced. The accumulation of several individual mechanical improvements transformed the appearance of printed text. Printers and publishers continuously developed new strategies to sell their product. 19th century periodicals serialized important novels, which gave birth to a particular way of writing novels. In the 1920s in England, popular works were sold in a cheap series called the Shilling series. The dust covers or the book jacket is also a 20th century innovation. During the time of Great Depression in 1930s, publishers feared a decline in book purchases. To sustain buying, they brought out cheap paperback edition. India and the world of print, manuscripts before the age of print. India had a very rich and old tradition of handwritten manuscripts in Sanskrit, Arabic, and Persian languages, along with the vernacular languages. Manuscripts were copied on palm leaves or on handmade paper. Pages were sometimes beautifully illustrated. They would be either pressed between wooden covers or sewn together to ensure preservation. Manuscripts, however, were highly expensive and fragile. They had to be handled carefully, and they could not be read easily as the script was written in different styles, so manuscripts were not widely used in everyday life. Bengal had developed an extensive network of village primary schools. Students were often did not read text, they only learned to write. Teachers dictated portions of text from memory and students wrote them down. Many thus became literate without ever actually reading any kinds of text. This is all we have seen in the print revolution, the reading mania, and how the print has able to reach the Indian shores. In the next segment, we are going to look the printing technology, how it came into India, and how the printing technology it has affected the Indian history. Thanks for watching. We'll back with the next segment in the coming videos. Stay safe and be healthy. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching.